Hello, subscribers and all of the people tuning in. You guys will hopefully have noticed the sponsor, I'llPumpYouUp.com. I feel very privileged for being offered a sponsorship with them. It's my first supplement sponsor ever. They're a distributor out in Florida, and they'll be sponsoring my YouTube persona. So you can stay tuned for random contests and other things like that. I'll be talking a little bit about deadlift form and what my form has been. I found the slow motion function on my editing software, so here's the first time that I've slowed a clip down, and we'll talk about the conventional deadlift. I like to keep my feet about 8 to 10 inches apart. That has been wide over the past, and I've slowly narrowed it down because I'm quad dominant, and I'm a shorter lifter with leg segments that kind of favor me being quad dominant. So as far as technique goes, you want to remove all slack from the system. That means that if you were to start pulling any more, the bar would come off the ground. So you need to make sure that you have all slack removed from the system, and that's a simple way of making sure that you're taught that you have tension in the upper back, that you have tension on the hamstrings and glutes, and that your hips are sufficiently low enough to be able to get that quad drive instead of this being primarily an RDL movement or a hamstring low back movement. So here's another slow clip of a 585 pull. I'll set myself down, I'll keep my hips low. I like to keep my head about neutral, slightly elevated, and keeping the bar as close to your body as possible. Just continue to go fast and pull up, and I like to feel the pressure through my mid-foot. And the way that I deadlift recruits a good amount of muscle through the lumbar and quads, but I've found that I suffer from not spending enough time on my posterior chain, as is evident by this 650 being my max pull. I did make a large jump after this. I tried 675, but this is a good lift, and we'll take a second to analyze. I like to keep my feet pointed just about straight forward, and an over-under grip. I've kept the same over-under grip the entire time I've been deadlifting. It seems pretty safe as long as I stay up on my mobility. As far as breath goes, you want to try to keep the breath in and push it out through the belly, and this will help stabilize that spine. That was the 675 pull. I would have liked to have gotten up, but I got stuck at about 4 inches off the ground. So guaranteed over the next months or so, I'll be spending more time on posterior chain. That's lumbar, mid-back, erectors, glutes, hamstrings, and all of that in efforts to improve that. The day after this, the workout after this, I had a new max on bench press. I hit a 400-pound bench press, which is very encouraging. So hopefully my total will be up at around 1650 or so, all things going as smoothly as I'd like to. So this is me trying to spend more time on my posterior chain. I've been focusing on improving these and improving my reverse hyperextension. Now, I never used to be able to do this with a light band, and this is actually child's play compared to what Jennifer Petrosino, my training partner, the little 107-pounder, can do. So I have a long way to go when it comes to increasing my posterior chain strength, and I've been working on some variations of exercises to hit my mid-lumbar, including rack pulls, including kind of a braced pendlay row kind of thing. I'll try to show that, but this is the first time I've been able to hit 3 full sets of GHRs with a light band for 6 reps. So I'm going up slowly but surely, and that's encouraging. I think as long as you're training and you have things you can measure and track, and you can see that you're going up in something, it's really encouraging, and it's easier to stay on track that way than just kind of go through the motions. Because who doesn't like hitting goals and breaking them? Here I am on some reverse hyperextensions. This is another one that I used to barely be able to do anything. And I know Louis Simmons has some formula for if you want to squat X amount, you need to reverse band X amount. But of course, that's referring to lifters who wide stance. Nevertheless, this is something I'd like to see go up. Today's the first day I did 180 pounds, as is evidenced by my next set. I'd like to take a brief moment to mention that this fall I'll be starting in biochemistry with an effort of going into neuroscience for PhD, and the job that I'd like to do for a good portion of my life. And I feel like it's gratifying research, and there's plenty to learn and plenty to discover about the brain and consciousness. So that's where I'll be headed, and I'm really, really excited towards that direction. Back to training though, I'll finish off with some farmer's walks, and I've been increasing by 5 pounds every week. So I'm up to 100s right now, and I'll do 3 sets of just walks for 30 seconds, and you can see my timer there. I could have just standed here, but it's a little bit more comfortable to walk, and I kind of feel better walking. So I've got a meet in 3 weeks, and I'll try to post more. Thanks very much, guys.
There you go, Bryce. Up. There you go. There you go.